Now we are going to discuss the system vacuumization and the charging process. How the system, refrigeration system, is to be vacuumized and refrigerant is charged in the system. So what is vacuumization? To maintain the vacuum in a system line. So whenever there is a leakage of the refrigerant, so refrigerant gets leaked from the system, the outside air enters into the line, and so that with the air moisture is also entered. If moisture and non-condensable gases are trapped in the refrigeration system with refrigerant, then the cooling effect is what reduced, refrigerating effect is reduced. So already there is an moisture and air inside the system, then the refrigerant charged in the system will be less, so that overall cooling effect is to be reduced. To remove moisture and non-condensable gases which reduce the cooling effect, so it is necessary that due to leakage of the refrigerant, the outside air which enters into the system, which is to be removed before charging the refrigeration. So that is known as about vacuumization of the system. So evacuation is carried out by using the vacuum pump. With the help of vacuum pump, vacuum gauge, we have to remove the air and moisture inside the system, and the pressure maintained in the line is up to vacuum pressure up to 30 psi. Check the leakage by holding the vacuum pressure up about 20 to 25 minutes. So with the help of vacuum pump, in the line we have to maintain the vacuum up to 30 psi and maintain this vacuum. So stop it, vacuum pump, and check that whether this vacuum maintained is constant for a certain time period, that is near about 20 to 25 minutes. If there is no pressure drop, then we can consider that there is no leakage, any leakage of the as the pressure inside the line is maintained below atmospheric pressure. So if there is a leakage at any joint, the outside air will enters and the pressure will drop will takes place. So if the pressure is maintained constant, then there is no leakage at any joints. Then now how the charging of the refrigerant is to be done in the system. After the vacuumization, a refrigerant cylinder is connected to a suction port of the compressor, or a discharge port of compressor, or a charging port. In some systems, separate charging port is provided. Liquid refrigerant cylinder is connected through a hose pipe and with a pressure gauge to the suction port of the compressor, and compressor is started. You have to open the valves of the cylinder and compressor will start, and the line is filled with the this refrigerant with the required pressure. So how much amount of refrigerant is to be filled in the system is to be maintained depending upon its turn capacity, and it is displayed on the by the designer on the case or on a system. So for which type of refrigerant is used, how much refrigerant is to be filled, at what pressure it is to be filled required, that all are provided data on the information chart on the system. So according to that, you have to charge the refrigerant into the system. So after sufficient charging is filled in the system by starting compressor of system. So once the refrigerant is filled in the system, you have to check for the leak testing, whether there is any leakage of the refrigerant at various joints. So how the leakage of the refrigerant is to be done for different refrigerants. So leak detection of SO2. If you are using the solid carbon dioxide, a sulfur dioxide as a refrigerant in the system, SO2, then how it is to be, its leakage is to be tested. So when brought in contact with ammonia, it gives white fumes. सो SO2 रेफ्रिजरंट भरलेले, मग जॉईंटच्या आजूबाजूला अमोनिया गॅस फिरवा थोडासा. जेव्हा जर तिथे लिकेज असेल तर अमोनिया गॅस विल रिएक्ट विथ SO2 गॅस अँड अ व्हाईट फ्युम्स आर फॉर्म. व्हाईट फ्युम्स जर आले तर काय समजायचं, तिथे लिकेज आहे. जर देर इज नो फ्युम्स then you can say understand that there is no leakage. If leakage is there, then ammonia gas will show the white fumes. With the help of ammonia, you have to find the leakage of the sulfur dioxide refrigerant. Then leak detection of the ammonia refrigerant. If ammonia is filled in the refrigerant system, then how its leakage can be checked? Can be detected by smell or odor. जर लिकेज असेल तर कुठल्याही जॉईंटमधून जर लीक होत असेल तर स्मॉल लिकेज ऑफ अमोनिया तो एक तुम्हाला स्मेल देतो किंवा त्याचा एक ऑर्डर आहे त्याला. मग तुम्हाला स्मेल येत असेल, झिंझिण्या येत असतील, मग ते तुम्ही अंडरस्टँड करायचं की समवेअर देर इज अ लिकेज. सो हाऊ कॅन यू लोकेट वेअर द लिकेज इज ॲट विच जॉईंट? सो सल्फर कॅन्डल इज यूज टू फाइंड द लिकेज ऑफ द अमोनिया रेफ्रिजरंट. तुम्हाला एक्झाममध्ये पण विचारतील. सो टू फाइंड द लिकेज ऑफ द अमोनिया रेफ्रिजरंट, मग खाली ऑप्शन्स देतील वेगवेगळे. त्यामध्ये अमोनिया रेफ्रिजरंट लिकेज फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी काय वापरतात? सल्फर कॅन्डल किंवा त्याला सल्फर स्टिक पण म्हणतात. सो गिव्ह सल्फर कॅन्डल जेव्हा तुम्ही त्या जॉईंट अवती फिरवता त्यावेळेस गिव्ज अ व्हाईट फ्युम्स. काय येतात? व्हाईट फ्युम्स वेन ब्रॉट इन कॉन्टॅक्ट विथ अमोनिया. मग अमोनिया रेफ्रिजरंटचं पण बघितलं आपण, SO2चं काय केलं? सल्फर डायऑक्साईडला अमोनिया वापरल्या की व्हाईट फ्युम्स येतात. तसंच इथं सल्फर कॅन्डल त्याच्या बाजूला फिरवलं की अमोनिया जर लिकेज असेल तर ते दोन्ही रिॲक्ट होतील आणि व्हाईट फ्युम्स आर फॉर्म. इफ व्हाईट फ्युम्स आर फॉर्म then you can see notice that there is a leakage at that joint. Otherwise you can check the leakage by using the phenolphthalein paper. Changes when brought in contact with ammonia. phenolphthalein paper जे आहे ते तुम्ही जॉईंट भोवती फिरवा. जर अमोनिया जर लिकेज असेल तर अमोनिया विल रिॲक्ट विथ द phenolphthalein paper and it changes its color. Are you getting? So these three way you can find out the refrigerant leakage. By smell you can find come to know that there is somewhere leakage, and you have to locate the leakage with the help of sulfur candle or phenolphthalein paper. So leak detection of the freon. How can you find out the leak detection of freon refrigerant? Leak detection of freon refrigerant. So leak detection of freon refrigerant. A leak detection of freon is tested with the help of halide torch. So that is very important. You have to notice that. So halide torch is used for the leak detection of the freon refrigerant. So what is used? A halide torch. So halide torch is used to find out the leak detection of the freon refrigerant. What is this halide torch? So the halide torch consists of copper element which is heated by flame. One end of tube, त्याला कॉपर एलिमेंटला फ्लेमनं हीट करत असतात आणि त्या फ्लेमला जे बर्न होण्यासाठी जे ऑक्सिजन लागतो, मग ते वन एंड ऑफ ट्यूब इज कनेक्टेड टू दी टॉर्च, त्या टॉर्चला जोडलेलं असतं. आणि दुसरं एंड जे आहे अराउंड द जॉईंट सर्क्युलेट करा. त्या ट्यूबमधून तिथं जर गॅस लिकत असेल तर काय होईल? त्या ट्यूबमधून ते त्या फ्लेमला जाईल आणि फ्लेम चेंजेस इट्स कलर. टॉर्च अनदर एंड पास्ड अराउंड द जॉईंट. लीक इज डिटेक्टेड वेन नॉर्मल फ्लेम जो होता चेंजेस इट्स कलर टू ग्रीन और पर्पल. रिपीटिंग. सो दिस इज द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ halide torch. Halide torch is nothing but a copper element heated by a flame. One end of the tube is connected to the torch and another end is passed around the joint. Leak is detected when normal flame changes its color to green or purple. जेव्हा तुमचा जो फ्लेमचा कलर चेंज झाला ग्रीन और पर्पल, then you can know that you came to know that there is a leakage. If there is no change in the flame color, then there is no leakage at that particular joint. So leak detection of freon can be found out by using the halide torch. So nowadays electronic leak detectors are used. How it works? Electronic leak detectors, it measures the electronic resistance of gas sample. सो त्याच्यावर वेगवेगळे गॅस, तुमचं SO2 गॅस असेल, अमोनिया गॅस असेल, फ्रिऑन असेल, त्या रेफ्रिजरंटला काय रेजिस्टन्स आहे त्याचं सगळं नोट डाऊन केलेलं असतो. इट मेजर्स द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ गॅस सॅम्पल अँड इफ एअर containing the refrigerant vapor is tested, then current flow changes. जर एअरमध्ये ते रेफ्रिजरंट वेपर्स मिक्स असतील त्या प्रपोर्शनेटमध्ये ते करंट फ्लो चेंज होतो. द चेंज ऑफ फ्लो notice that there is a change of current flow. Notice that there is a leakage of refrigerant vapors. The changes in current flow is indicated on a millimeter or it ring a bell. Is there a change in current flow due to the refrigerant vapors present in the air? Then it rings a bell or it will show the change in current on the millimeter. So nowadays electronics leak detectors, electronics equipment is used to find the leak detection. So these are the various methods of leak detection of the refrigerants. Okay, we stop here.